Is it too early to sit here after, a handful of practices and determine the scope of what the team you have in front of you?
Yeah. I think in some ways, I think we're learning a little bit more every day what we have. Like that last drill, I mean, that was, we had we set up that drill, the backs were up against the wall big time, and they got themselves in a hole, and we told them, you've got to win this, you've got to get 12 balls in a row. I mean, that's a really kind of a tough deal to do, and they got to work, and so I think every day we're learning a little bit better on how to embrace challenges and how to, when the bar gets pushed up there, being able to get up there, not being fearful of that. I know that this is a group that is very, very, they're buying in and they're open to learning. And this part of the game, I think that's really with some of these guys. They're, it's really changed how we want to practice. It is what it is. We've had to give more days off than what we were hoping. We've got people that are bouncing around from position to position. It seemed like a few days there we were losing somebody a day. But the thing that I'm probably really, really happy with these guys, and it's something we've been stressing throughout the entire spring, is how do we handle adversity? I think championship teams, elite athletes, and I just think elite people across the board, when adversity hits, they handle things appropriately. And it's been a message from day one, and these guys have really had it in front of them with how, with some of the things that they've had to deal. But on the flip side, everybody is having to, it's not easy for the younger kids or some of these other people to picture themselves in there and get them ready. And so I think in one way it's kept people more focused, because they know, hey, I could either be next in, or this role is going to get a lot bigger for me. And so do you run away from that challenge, or do you embrace it? It was a, not just by coming out 3-0, because it's beyond that. It's just how you are playing. We threw out three lineups in 3 games that we haven't practiced at all. We've got, 5'5", 5'6", Taylor Morey hitting on the outside against Delaware, and it's because Anne-Marie Hickey's knees were kind of bothering her, and we went up, I called her in that morning. She hadn't practiced hitting the entire preseason, and I said, hey, what do you think about hitting today? She's like, let's effing do it. And I looked at her, I said, you sure? Anything you want to talk about? She goes, no, we done?
I thought Dominique Thompson was fantastic. I thought she had a great tournament. Her and Lauren Carlini have been really working hard, working on that connection, and it hasn't always been smooth, but it's been improving. And I think those two are working about as hard as anybody around, and to make that work, and to see Dom walk out of there with MVP of the tournament was good.
They're a little ticked off, and that's good. I think they're expecting to beat their opponents, and that's exactly what you're wanting. And we learned that we're closer, but we still have some work to do to get over some of the big boys. They're the traditional.
You weren't here a year ago, but last season Wisconsin had 17 wins overall.
Mm-hmm.
You're one shy of that. You had 5 wins in the Big Ten. You've already matched that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sense a level of satisfaction amongst your players right now?
Well, I hope not. No, I don't sense that at all. I think I didn't sense that after Friday nights. We felt like we'd come in this week and we go 2-0, we'd be a game out of first, and our kids are talking like that. I don't hear talk about the NCAA tournament. I hear talk, and it's not just from our players, it's from our coaches. We're all being very conscious of it, is what is in front of us. And, but I do see a team that's growing in confidence as
Kelly, are 20 wins significant in volleyball? Does that matter to you, a 20-win season?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot better than 19. I don't know. It's a number that you probably hear a lot of people. It's not been anything that I've ever put up there and say, hey, we want to try to get to this magical number. But yeah, you certainly probably that's probably a number that you hear from a lot of folks. I mean, when we get ourselves, we haven't really put those types of numbers in front of us. So I mean, I don't know if it's until this morning. I didn't even know that we were at number 20. I'm not sure I've known the record. But yeah, it's a nice round number. This is about the kids. This is about the previous coaching staff. I mean, Pete Wade did a great job of bringing in some unbelievable talented players that I'm just very fortunate to be able to work with. We've got a great coaching staff. They did a heck of a job. We don't win that match at Michigan without the input that my assistants were giving. And it's good. But we're capable of doing that here. We've got some kids that are very talented that are young. We've only got one senior on this roster, but who's doing a great job leading this program. And I think the future is obviously bright. Badger fans should be really excited about the future, but they should also be really excited about what we're capable of doing. Last night was dream big, believe that there's nothing in this tournament that we're not capable of doing. And I think it's really important that your kids, believe that. I believe that. I believe we're capable of really doing some special things.
We've had a great season. We're, in a really nice tournament. We feel like we're playing our best volleyball at the end of the season, which is kind of the idea. We felt like we went into the tournament playing really good volleyball, but we felt like there were still ways that we could get better, and we've continued to do that all the way through. It's this is a new experience for all of us, and. But I don't get the impression that this is too big for any of us. As a matter of fact, it's almost, when you're looking at our players, it almost feels like this is exactly what they should be doing.